Hey everyone, welcome back to the NA LCS Summer Split. Rivington III here in the interview lounge, and I am joined by High and Lemon Nation of Cloud9. You guys coming out on another win, 3-0 on the week. Another fun fact, most interviews NA so far on the couch and at the desk because you guys have so many wins behind you. Coming into that game versus Velocity, they took Elise and Nasus right off the bat. Did this change anything for you guys on Champion Select? It seemed to slow things down for a second.
Yeah, they chose that to deny our jungler, basically, and it was a good pick. It was very good. We would have taken either of those champions if they got back to us.
And how do you guys feel with that ability in Champion Select to have one person be focused? Because then Sneaky got his Draven, so it kind of works in your favor.
Yeah, so if they try to focus one of our teammates, like for the example, they focus Meteos, Sneaky got Draven, I got Jace, Balls is on Kenna, it's just like, and then Lemon's on Thresh. So it's just like, if you're going to focus one person, then other people get their main character. So it's just like, I don't know, sucks for them.
And what made you guys go for the 2v1 lane, deciding into this game? You know, we usually see a lot of swaps because of blue or the first pick that was had or somebody wants to be denied. What was the choice this game to 2v2 the lanes? If any.
I don't know. Lemon likes being unexpected, so like he likes going where they don't expect him to, and he likes 2v2ing because like.
I try to throw them off.
Yeah, it's mind games.
If they have a strategy.
They don't expect it.
Yeah.
So really, no focus on COG or anything extra for that.
Not really.
So you guys just like to be unexpected.
Yeah, we just felt like going tap, just to have fun.
Having fun, perfect. Complete segue. You're the man. Yeah. Next subject is that fact. Your guys' momentum, the fun you guys have. Where did this mentality come from? Who was really the one to bring that out first?
I don't know. Just our entire team's like, we're all pretty like trolly and like we're pretty like funny people, I'd say at least. Like when you have like 5 people just having a good time playing the game and just like, well, like yesterday, like I said for example, and I'm saying like a lot. I should stop that. Anyway, we were like. Dang.
You and Meteos.
Dude, this is hard. I'm bad at interviews. But, so we were just like losing the game like terribly. So then we were still having a good time. That's like crazy, you know? I don't know how we were having a good time when we were like 1-13, down 13,000 gold. But everyone on our team was just laughing, having a good time. And when you can have that much fun when you're losing, like, winning isn't as fun. Like, compared to yesterday, our COG game wasn't as fun as it was the Vulcan game. I don't know why. Don't ask me. It doesn't make sense. But we just have such a good time playing with each other. It's like this game is just so fun. So like when we're just that happy playing the game and our morale is like really high, we just play better as a team and as a whole we get along better. So I don't know. It's good.
Has there ever been a time when that wasn't the case, when you guys have kind of had turmoil within the team?
Not really. Like when we do bad, I always just tell the teammates to just like let it go, drop it. It doesn't matter. If the person messes up on the team, like for example when Sneaky eat into the Vulcan team at top tower, like we were pretty mad at him, but like there's no point in saying anything to him because he already knew he messed up, and if we brought it up, it'd just make him feel worse. So it's just like, why bring it up? He knows he messed up. We know he messed up. Well, we're not gonna say anything. Right. Just let it go.
That's not true.
All right, we didn't say anything though.
When Meteos first joined the team, Meteos and High had a lot of turmoil between each other.
It was in the beginning. Because like, I was a pretty bad mid laner back then, and like I always wanted him to help me out because I didn't know how to lane. So it's just like, I always yelled at him for doing the wrong things, quote unquote, but they were the right things. And then ever since like we moved into the house, I don't do that anymore. And it's just like, we don't fight as much.
I would always ask for ganks a lot. Yeah.
I couldn't win my lane 1v1 because I was terrible. So I don't know. I've gotten better, so.
Well, it seems like the communication has worked out superbly. Going back to that game for a quick second, you guys took it quite late, and it's not something we usually see from you. What was the consideration for the late game team you had going against? You were going against the Lux, the Kog'Maw in the late game. You knew you had to close it out. What do you guys turn on to make sure it gets finished when you have such a lead like that?
You try to force things. Like we were trying to force top turret, we couldn't force it at all. And it just didn't work out for us, and people kept getting got over, which delayed our push. So then, like, eventually, like, we just had to do Baron, and I saw Nasus coming to us, and I was like, I'm going to kill this guy, you guys do Baron. And that's just what happened, and we just ended the game right there. We were winning all 3 lanes, but we couldn't, like, end it because they're, like, they have really good wave clear, and they have good counter engage. So we had to, like, catch them out or, like, do something to make them lose the game or make them come out of their turrets, and that's what the Baron did, so.
Right on. Just a final question for you guys, either to answer or both of you. Everything has been going so well. You could almost say too good to be true coming into this. Is there anything in the back of your mind that is kind of sitting there weighing on you that's scary that could all stop and everything could change instantly?
Nope.
Not really. If we lose, we lose. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, you're going to win some games, you're going to lose some games, and the ones you lose, whatever, just move on from it. We already lost twice. I expect us to lose more too. And it's just if we lose, it's whatever. Just move on from it.
Well, beyond the play, I think it's easy to say that your mentality the team has in Cloud9 has completely carried you guys to the top of the NA split. And congratulations so far on the record, and I hope everything goes well for you guys continuing as well.
Thank you.
We've had some great games going on today, guys. 3 more to go with myself and Ja on the desk coming up later. And right now, he's actually going to be on the telestrator to break down some of the great plays of the day.
Thank you very much, Kobe. And Kobe, Riv. And we also have this clip from the Curse versus COG game right here, where there are 5 Curse members with the Baron buff pushing straight down COG's base. I'm not going to mess up another name this entire clip, don't worry about it. And the big thing to notice in this clip is this minion right here, because turrets get a ridiculous armor and MR bonus if there are no minions in range. But if it is there, the turret dies very fast. This is a 5-man push against only 3 COG defenders because COG tried to split push with both of their solo laners before this assault. Let's start rolling this at full speed right now. You can see because that minion is there, that turret dies exceptionally fast. COG was not expecting that. And if we pause it here, it's kind of panic time for COG right now because Shen has just made it back to the base. He's going to be trying to run out. If we look at the minimap, Link still hasn't even started to recall. He just realized what a dire situation they were in right here. And Curse, at this point, stops fighting COG because they realize they're going to be able to end the game. Let's roll this at half speed to see A, how quickly this turret dies, and B, how COG reacts to knowing what's happening right now. Curse at this point is yelling, just hit the Nexus, just hit the Nexus. Watch Nijaki. He, instead of chasing double it farther back into the base, he just like, wait a minute, look how low this Nexus is. Everyone just hit the Nexus. No one thinks about killing COG because the win is all that matters. This was a decisive call by Curse once they were able to get that Nexus down and really caught everyone off guard with that surprise win. In the second clip, we have Coast versus Dignitas here, and the game was very close when this Dragon fight started happening. The things we have to note here is Coast is very grouped up, but looking to peel off of this and find a fight. What ends up happening is Coast will overcommit on Dignitas and get caught out in the wrong situation. Let's roll this clip to see how it unfolds. Coast gets a little low from the Dragon, but they think they can get Crumbs and Scar. If we just pause it here, there's a couple things to note. This Shockwave just went out, but Scar had flash, so threat diverted. But everyone on Coast grouped up and tried to peel to this side, forgetting about the potential attack of I'm a Cutie Pie and Patoy from the other side. So Coast actually lined up for the Sona and the Graves because they overcommitted to one side. Let's roll this at half speed to see how it happens. Very rarely do you see a team get collapsed on with less people from both sides and still end up winning the fight. But because Dignitas comboed their ultimates so well together, it was like they were grouped up the entire time. It was a 2-for-0. Dignitas took the Dragon from there and then took control of the game. We've had some good action, though. 3 games left. Not going to mess up any more games. So I'm going to say, let's send it back to the guys at the desk.
I'm here with Riv, of course. Thanks, Jet. All right, guys, we asked you earlier on which NA LCS Pros playstyle has influenced your game the most this summer and why. Here's what you had to say. At HP Deprenon, he says, Meteos has changed the way I jungle. I never thought putting pressure on the opposing jungle had that much impact.
Counter jungling is one of the most important parts of jungling. You've just stepped up to the next level, my friend.
Well played. Good luck climbing the divisions. At this dude, right? Edward's hyper-aggressive playstyle made me start playing aggressive supports and carry my ADC through the game.
And Edward not only influenced a lot of fans, but we saw he influenced Lemonation too. Lemonation credited Edward with the reason he's roaming so much now. So Edward, you're not alone there with that influence.
Yeah, exactly. He's a good player if you're going to look up to anybody. All right, at FedMattersGG, he says, the most influential player in the LCS for me is CLG's Nien. He shows that if you practice hard, you can play any role and carry.
It's definitely one of those, if you think you can do it and you believe, you can be the best top laner ever. Niantanto has definitely showed up big, especially with that game at MLG where he played Elise perfectly.
So we'll see if he can carry on carrying. At Tim Gall says, I have always been a jungler, but St. Vicious had showed me how well a tanky jungler can really control a game.
Tanky jungler is very popular right now. A lot of people favoring those crowd control oriented just tanks.
Just soak up all the damage in team fights. And we have another one from Mega Matt 81. He says, Big Fat LP has changed my style the most. Watching him taught me how to gank even more and constantly try to be a pain.
So he's influenced our viewers to be more annoying.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, good job,
I'm going to do that. Solo Q hates you everywhere. Interesting, 4 out of the 5 were junglers.
Yeah, that is an interesting little note there. And there
top lane, three junglers, top lane, and a support.
So a lot of different junglers influence everybody. I like that.
Good to hear. All right, so congratulations to the winners of those Logitech G510S gaming keyboards. Those were some pretty good answers.
And if you want to win one of the keyboards, it's simple. Hit us up at LOL Esports, #LCS, and make it so good that we have to read your answer live on air.
That's all you got to do to win, guys. And with half of today's games in our match history, let's take a look at the standings. After going a perfect 3-0 on the week, Cloud9 has increased their first place lead over second place Vulcan.
Then there's a 4-way tie for 4th place between CLG, Team Coast, Dignitas, and TSM, while Curse and Velocity are still occupying the bottom 2 spots in the standings.
All right, we still have 3 more matches coming your way today. Up first, Team Solo Mid takes on Counter Logic Gaming.
After that, Vulcan faces off against Team Coast, and then Team Dignitas takes on Curse.
We've got a short break, but first, we hooked up with Curse's St. Vicious in his hometown of San Diego, where we talked to the all-star jungler about how his tour of duty in the military helped turn him into a leader on the Rift.
We're in San Diego in front of the Midway, which is a World War II aircraft carrier. I don't know, I didn't really want to go into college yet. I didn't really like school to begin with. And I was working like 60-hour weeks. It was like ridiculous. I worked at a grocery store. And then I was like, well, this is kind of dumb. So I went to college and I did that for a semester. And I guess like I saw some flyer or something. And I just like randomly joined the Navy the next day. And I was like, hey mom, hey dad, I'm in the Navy now. They were supportive. Like my mom was a little scared. So I ended up getting like a really nice job where I could just travel around and do like maintenance activity. And we'd be like 2 new countries every week. Like we'd be like all over the place. As you'd travel there, you'd pick something and then like, oh, okay, that's cool. Here's your plane ticket to Dubai, you know? You get to see a lot of like crazy stuff and like you'd like appreciate like different places for like what they are. Sometimes when you're on duty you have to like raise the flag up and all that and then stand there and salute. And I don't know, makes you kind of go like soft a little bit. It's funny. It's like, oh damn, the flag's all waving in the wind and stuff. Yeah, in the Navy you work like 35-hour days, like easy. Like that's your day, have fun, you know? In the military, if you're a leader, it's go do this, you know? You can't argue with it. It's not like, well, why should I do that, you know? Like, I don't want to do that. It's like, well, that's great. You're in the brig, you know? If I'm going to do something, I'm going to be the best at it, you know? And I'm not going to let anything get in my way to do that. Back up, right behind you. You have to be like a different type of leader because you take people's like emotions into effect and like people are different and you just have to deal with like people on a personal level more. Oh, I used to be like more of the in-game kind of leader and like that's what was important to me, but I feel like I need to like shift more towards the out-of-game leader, and like I feel like that's what our team needs right now. 4 years of my like early 20s is still kind of like damn, that's a long time, you know? Yeah, I think I'm the oldest. I think it puts things in more perspective because they're young, like, you know, they fail at this and they can obviously go back on other things, but like I feel like I have to succeed at this.